What's up? Today we're talking about a Tinder experiment that I came across on YouTube versus cold approach. All right. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that notification button because I'm dropping a video every day. All right, man. So I came across this Tinder experiment from Wheat Waffles, is the channel's name, Wheat Waffles. So go check out that channel. And what I really like about the channel is all the experiments that this guy does, right? So this video today, what you're going to watch, is a summary of the experiment that he did, the results, and what you can do about that, and basically sharing my experience with using dating apps, and the one thing you can do to get better results, which I already hinted at it, and that's cold approach. But let's get into this experiment. So this experiment is specifically for Tinder. All right. So I made some notes, and they compared um, a above average looking guy and an average looking guy. Okay, so Tinder experiment statistics. So average looking guy, it was like three different photos. The photos weren't that great. You know, one of them was him with a dog, another one, he's just sitting there with a dress shirt. But at the end of the day, average looking guy, three pictures, age 22, 6'3", and no children, obviously. So over 4 months, this guy swiped both left and right 16,000 times. Like, oh shit, that's a lot of swipes, man. So out of 16,000 swipes, obviously the ones he swiped right, he had some matches. And I'm not going to go into all the statistics. At the end of the day, I'm very much about, like, for example, I'm in marketing. If I run a marketing campaign, at the end of the day, I want to know how many leads did I get from that. Yes, you can get into the details of, like, well, were they marketing qualified leads? Were they sales qualified leads? How many went to a proposal? How many went to a sale? All that stuff, right? But as a marketer, I'm most interested in the top level KPIs, and that's I spent this much and I got this many leads at the end of the day, right? So this guy swiped 16,000 times over 4 months and he got 3 dates. Well, in my opinion, that's a whole hell of a lot of work to get 3 dates, right? But so many of you are doing that on dating apps. So, all right. So the difference is that the good looking guy, only swiped like a third of the time and got 3 dates as well. So why I'm sharing this experiment with you is just to show some statistics on how unlikely it is for you to get dates from dating apps. All right. Now, I've tried all the dating apps out there. And yes, you will get better results in terms of dates if you lower your standards, you widen your age range, you accept women with children, and you're willing to accept women that are average looking, between a 4 and a 6, let's just say, right? And depending on the app, whether it's Bumble or Match, it's been my experience that Bumble and Match are typically women that are older, 35 plus. They usually have children. So sure, you're dating, you're being able to get a date. You might have more dates out of your activity from those apps, right? So, but the reality is, guys, I'm going to share this, and this might be a little hurtful, but look at me, okay? I'm not an Adonis by any means, but I think I'm a pretty decent looking guy. I'm in pretty decent shape, as you can tell from this video, right? I take care of myself. I'm groomed. I have a good job. I make good money. I have social status. I mean, doing YouTube videos definitely helps. It perks up women's interest when I say that. So take it from me. I have very, very little success with dating apps, even Facebook dating. I've tried them all: Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, Match, Plenty of Fish, um, Facebook, to name a few, right? So here's why. Here's why. And it's not just about what I look like or what you look like. Imagine, put yourself in the position of a woman, right? So the woman joins this dating app, and day number one, and she only has to be average looking. She could even be in her 40s or 50s and even have children. She's average looking, right? Day one, she joins this dating app, and she's already getting about 50 messages a day, give or take, right? That's a lot of damn messages. Well, imagine you come along and you see her profile a week later. So a week later, at 50 messages a day, she's already 350 messages in, and you come along, the chances of her even seeing your message is pretty unlikely. That's the problem. The problem is these women are getting completely overwhelmed, to use their words, with the likes and the messages in their account. And in fact, even sugar daddy sites, they say that it's overwhelming, and and these are men that are willing to pay for their time, and they find it overwhelming. It's like, that's actually a good thing that you have an overwhelming number of guys willing to pay for your time. Anyways, side note. So that's what the women are dealing with. And imagine she's under 35 and she's actually really attractive. Well, now that 50 is going to balloon to like 100 or more per day. Imagine that. So they're not going to invest the time to go through, check all the messages, and go, oh, look at this guy. Because here's the reality, and I've heard this from women too. The typical guy, these are the messages they get on dating apps. The messages are, hey, beautiful, how's your day? Hi, you're cute. Like, nothing interesting at all. So imagine they have to see this. They see it, they see it, they see it, they see it. If there's a picture that they go, okay, maybe the guys are somewhat attractive or they're attracted to, now they have to go to their profile, check out the profile, read what they have. Most guys have shitty profile descriptions, shitty pictures, maybe just one picture. They have a picture wearing sunglasses. Like, guys, also on your dating apps, if you are doing dating apps, no photos, no pictures with sunglasses. Like, come on, man. Like, God, stop doing that. Or clearly the photo was taken like 6 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever. So use an updated photo. Anyways, I digress. So that's what's happening with these dating apps, is that guys have basically no chance to match and get dates. Like, the chances of you getting a date is so minimal unless you're willing to lower your standards substantially. And when I first started dating after my divorce or separation, um, I had a lot more insecurity than what I have now. I had a lot less confidence. So my standards were a lot lower. And yes, I was able to meet people eventually on these dating apps. But as my standards increased and my confidence increased, I started learning about new methods of meeting people, which that's a great segue. And I'm going to get into this right now. Okay, so cold approach. Cold approach, if you're not aware of that, basically you walk up to women cold on the street, in the grocery store, whatever. So here's the difference between, I want to convince you to try this. Here's the difference between cold approach and dating apps. So dating apps, as I mentioned, these women are getting 50 to 100 messages per day. They're overwhelmed. Cold approach. Now, I remember watching one of the podcasts on YouTube, Fresh and Fit, the Fresh and Fit podcast. So this guy had a panel of, I don't know, 8 women, and all the women were at least a 7. I would say they're between a 7 and a 9. I mean, very, very attractive women. And he went around to each woman and he said, okay, how many times per week on average does a guy approach you in a legitimate and respectful way, not catcalling and whistling and all that shit, but approach you in a legitimate way? How many times per week? And he went around the room, right? Or he went around the table. So on average, those women, these are women that are like 7s to 9s, would get approached cold once, 1 to 4 times per week. So I see that as amazing news because they're not overwhelmed like dating apps. Only 1 out of 4 guys, or one to 4 times per week, will the guy have the balls to approach them cold. Now, obviously, that requires a bit of an art to be successful with getting her number, getting on a date, and all that stuff. But in general, even if you suck ass at it, you're only 1 out of 4 guys approaching a 7 out of 10 per week. So I encourage you guys to start learning more about cold approach. And one of the first things you can do is approach an attractive woman, not with the purpose of getting her phone number or her Instagram, but just approach an attractive woman. And I did a video about this. And because you're asking her a question, you're seeking directions, or you want to confirm that this product, the grocery store has this specific product because she's right there in the aisle. Just strike up a conversation with her. That's it. No other expectations. What you need to do is you need to start becoming comfortable having conversations with attractive women. And the more comfortable you are, I mentioned in one of many of my videos, going to restaurants by yourself, sit at the bar, and if there's an attractive woman sitting beside you, strike up a conversation. And so you need to start getting used to being in the presence of attractive women and not being intimidated by them before you're ready to take it to the next level and start asking them for a date. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. What has your experience been with dating apps, whether it's Tinder or whatever? And have you tried cold approach? So again, thanks for watching. See you.